way the world works.
Right.
So yeah, it's cool to have this. So text.
All right, text the word so that you guys can get that link. All right, moving on to a topic that just plagued the entire region a couple of weeks ago. Here in the Northwest, many of us live for the summer months, right? July, August, parts of September can feel like the huge reward after going through a Northwest winter. After all, summers in the Northwest is pretty much the only spot you want to be in, right? It's perfect here. Now, unfortunately, the last 2 summers, we've had to deal with the unwanted guest of thick smoke as it at times blotted out the entire sky, not to mention wiped away all the fantastic views. So what the worst is, besides being ugly, experts tell us that it's actually bad enough for our health to consider limiting the amount of time we spend outside right when we've hit the time that we want to spend outside. One of the things that makes living here so beautiful is that we're surrounded by heavily forested mountains. But over the past century, a concerning change is in the forests that has made them the biggest contributing problem to the quality of air we breathe in the summer. So we brought on meteorologist Darren Peck. He got to meet with a bunch of key scientists, National Weather Service, U.S. Forest Service, a bunch of people who are focusing on this specific topic, right?
Yes.
Wow. So break down what that was like when you got them all together and what you guys talked about.
I was trying to at least gain a little bit of context on this because it's been 2 summers now that we've had to deal with the pictures of the smoke that we just showed you.
Right.
So what's causing that? And if it happened 2 summers in a row, and it didn't just kind of happen, it was really bad.
Yeah.
The air quality was really bad. In fact, I want to share a visual that'll kind of help display that. We're going to take a look at air quality. You see where it says 2005 to 2016, there's a big yellow bar?
Right.
For that entire 11-year period, we had 17 days tops where the air quality was moderate at worst. That was good in comparison. Now look at 2017 and 2018. And the huge difference that you see. It's not telling you anything you don't already know, but I think if you can look at it, first of all, and gain some context there, and see, we went 11 years, and probably even more than that, but just from this study, the last 11 years, the worst it ever got was moderate around here.
Yeah.
Now we had 2 summers where it was really bad. All right, here's part of the context that I want to add to this. So Jordan just mentioned all the wonderful forests that we've got here. I brought some props.
Okay.
And I know you are a big
Love props.
outdoorsy guy like me,
Yeah.
big into hiking, and everybody loves to get out and go hiking here. When you're in the forest in the Pacific Northwest, the one thing you may notice if you're paying attention, they all seem really overgrown, really crowded. A lot of it is stuff like this.
Right.
So these small, little diameter, I mean, the scientists call these fuels for fires. If you go back to the 1800s, before we started interfering with the natural fire regime here in the Pacific Northwest, and fires would burn much more regularly because we weren't putting them out. There was only about 10 tons of this stuff per acre.
Because they were regularly being burned.
Right. Today, there's 40 tons of this stuff per acre. It's quadrupled. That's the main problem right there. The forests are totally out of whack, and I think most people don't really realize that.
That's because we're trying to control the forest by not burning them so that it doesn't hurt people or livestock or structures or anything like that.
Right. So
we're in
what's
a
the trade-off?
quandary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, they don't have control. I'm sorry.
No, you go.
They
don't have controlled burns?
Yes.
But there's so much forest, right? That it's too hard to do the whole
The
forest.
problem has gotten so big that we can't necessarily control burn our way out of it. And then a lot of communities that are near places where we think we need to go in and control burn, those communities don't want to have to live with smoke for that period of time because it's not healthy to be breathing that in. And a lot of people will kind of fight against the idea of having to do it. But the trade-off is, if we don't do it that way, under a managed condition, we could continually end up with summers like this one where the problem is so big we have no control over the process at that point, and we're just getting inundated with smoke that is really unhealthy. So one of the takeaways I have for this is, if you live here and you care about the health of your kids' lungs growing up, we should all be better informed about this problem.
Right.
At least just an awareness level of it. So when we get hit with this again, and by the way, the scientists I spoke with, they said it's too early to call this a trend. You know, we can't say every summer is going to be like this now. But we know that the stack of cards it's stacked against us.
Cool.
Yeah. So just a little bit of insight on all that.
Burning may be the solution to reduce the burning.
Right.
Yes.
Tell Canada that.
It's hard. It's hard.
She's got a valid point. A lot of the smoke came from British Columbia. They just had their worst fire season ever in British Columbia.
Well, thanks for looking into it. Hopefully it's not a trend, but we gotta get on top of it.
Yeah, Darren, thank you. You know, I mean, yeah, the smoke all summer has been a major bummer, but I guess we're going to count our blessings. It's gone just in time